So I've been using Claude Code, guys, for some time now, and to be honest with you, Claude Code is the best, right? It's the best out there. It's the best models and so forth, and one can actually develop, you can plan, you can launch in no time. And these are the exciting times, guys. These are the exciting times. In today's video, I'm going to share with you one of the effective workflows that I've been using to come up with websites, creating mobile applications, and doing planning, doing client engagements and so forth. So firstly, obviously, is the playground. We need to understand the playground or where we actually do our projects, where we build from. So I mainly use Rider, and Rider is an IDE from the JetBrains family, and I have attached Claude Code to it. So I use the Rider terminal, and some people use Ghosty, which is another terminal, a standalone terminal out there, but mainly for iOS guys. And other people, they want to use the desktop or just a standalone terminal in the Windows, which is still fine, but I prefer using my IDE terminal, right? Then in there, this is where everything happens. I prompt, I write code and so forth, right? But before we even touch the code, right, let me take you to step number 2, which is project planning. All right, so I've chosen, first part is obviously choosing your playground, then the second part now is planning, right? So you need to properly do your planning, right? And for me, before I even start doing anything, I need to make sure that my PRDs, which is project requirement documents, they are ready. My technical documents, they are ready. Everything, my solution document, my overviews, everything is ready, and I understand the solution. And for this, I even use cloud. Sometimes I use ChatGPT when I'm doing researches on project ideas and so forth, right? So that's number 1. Then number 2, I always create boilerplate. So a boilerplate, this is just a project template that you use now and again, and it has the most basic features that you mainly need for every project. So we are talking about authentication, we need authorizations, we need to set roles, and so forth. We need database connections, we need just a basic user management flow, right? And with this, I do it for the front end, I do it for the back end, and I also do it for my mobile applications. Now, why do I do this, right? I've seen a lot of people, or in my early days using AI, I'll just grab a project idea and give it to the tool, and it will do everything. So by doing that, you find that it will give me even the stack that I'm not even aware of, or the stack that I'm not familiar with, or that I don't want to use. Then at the end, I'll end up re-prompting to say, no, change it to C#, change it to Flutter, and all those things. So these are some of the mistakes that I've seen people are still doing, right? It's mainly the non-technical people and some few technical people, right? So I want to structure my project in my own way that I understand, such that if anything breaks on a particular project, at least I know how to solve it. I know how to navigate my project. I know where to touch so that I don't break it more. I know how to quickly fix my projects. Hence, now I make use of these boilerplates, right? Then another thing is that if I'm to give AI tool or Claude Code to say, now implement these features, I needed to follow my code structure, right? I needed to follow the style that I've set up already in my in my boilerplates, right? So that's number 2. Then another part is that now I need to start implementing features, right? So before I do anything, I activate the plan mode, right? And this plan mode, it takes me through some more like interview mode, right, where it asks me if I need to add more information, if it's not sure about something, just to plan with it, right, so that we all at the same page. I give it the context that it needs. I also, it also asks for validations if this is actually exactly what I need, right? Then after that, we we start implementing features, right? So on this part, I do all this when I'm creating websites, when I'm creating mobile applications, when I'm creating web applications, right? And sometimes to save tokens, I even go for templates. And if you have been watching this channel for some time now, you probably know that I make use of templates quite a lot when it comes to websites, right? So for templates, this is just for me not to make all my websites look like they were done with AI and stuff. They have a human feel and human, engineering in them, right? So that one, I save tokens. Number two, my clients, they know that okay, this work has been done by Prosper, right? I put a signature on it, right? And for templates, you can even go on sites like ThemeForest, you can go to Behance, you can go to Webflow, you can go to any templating site of your choice, right? And for me, I prefer mainly for the type of clients that I work with. Most of my templates, I get them from ThemeForest, right? I download them for free, even the premium ones, right? If you want to know how, just let me know in the comment, then I'll send you the links and all the applications that you need when it's cloning, right? So that's that when it comes to planning. Now, another big part, I now give Claude Code features to develop. So I chunk my project, then I give it feature by feature. So before, remember, you would just give it the whole project, then it will run, then it will make mistakes, then things won't work the way you want. Then now you end up, you are now spending more time debugging, you're spending more time customizing stuff and all that. But now I'm now giving it feature by feature, where if you are not done with this feature, we are not going to go to the next feature. So it develops a feature, it tests it, right? It writes the test for me, we test together. Then if I'm 100% satisfied, then I move on to feature number 2 and so forth and so forth. And this way saves me a lot of time, because I can even launch the first feature and show it to my clients without any issues, right? So remember, like I said, always aim to show your work early to clients so that you get quick feedback. You don't, stick with unclear requirements and so forth. So show them quickly, and then they'll give you responses quickly. You move like that, right? Clarity matters these days, right? So that's how I chunk my projects, and this is how I deliver features, right? Then another part is that instead of me waiting for Claude Code to finish this project, then I'll move on to another project. I can now multitask, right? So I've added this into my workflow where I can multitask. While it's busy on the front end, I'm busy fixing another feature on the back end. And sometimes I connect the two. Let's say I'm creating a UI on the front end, then that UI obviously at the end of the day is going to communicate to my backend. So what I do is, in one terminal where I'm fixing the UI, I even tell it or point it to my backend repository to say, once you are done designing this, make sure that this feature will integrate properly, right, without causing issues with the backend. So you find that it will be now working in two repositories. It fixes here. Once it's done, it then goes and makes sure that this feature integrates into this project B, which is the backend, right? And as well, you can even kill your task to say, once it's busy with task A, you can write in your terminal to give it another task, so that now it's a chain of tasks that it's going to do up until it's done, right? Claude Code is that allowance, guys, the queuing of tasks capability, and that's how currently I'm doing it, right? Then the rest, obviously, there's a lot of things that you do after deploying and all those things that you can bring in. But this is what I think is the biggest challenge to many people. They just want to overload, give these things overload of project, then let it run everything at once, which sometimes I think most people get stuck, but they don't tell us. But let's change it, right? Let's at least do it as in a structural manner or in a feature by feature approach, and we plan properly, we polish our plans, then we give these tools stuff to do. So this is all that I had with me, guys. This is my simple workflow, which I believe most people, they mess up, and this is just the beginning, right? They mess up the beginning phase, and if you mess up the beginning phase, obviously you're going to face more issues going forward, right? So let's fix this part, that I've just showed you, where you need to plan properly, you need to choose your environments properly, then you need to strategize how you're going to develop your features, right? Once we have this, I believe everything will be smooth, right? Going forward, everything will be smooth. And again, like what Boris mentioned, was that workflows are different. People use these tools differently, hence we should experiment, we should get our hands dirty and see where it leads us, right? So go out there, experiment, come with your workflow, share with us, let us know as well how you guys use Cloud when you are planning, especially on this beginning phase of projects and stuff. And yeah, that's all that I had with me. See you in the next one.